apart from that, enough talk. Let's stand up. Don't use your hands. If you can, oh, I'm going to use my hands, go too close to the thing. Right, and I need to make sure that you can see me. Can you see me? Can you see me? Yes. Right. Okay, I've got my microphone on. Yeah, I've got my microphone on. Right, everybody. So it's the end of the day for us in Spain. I think it's the beginning of the day for half of you, halfway through for Sierra. So let's see how our bodies are all at slightly different stages of the day. Okay, so I want you to think about standing tall. Really think about lengthening the waist and opening the shoulders. We've spent so much time like this over the past 3 months. So let's think about opening up. We're going to start off. I want you to put your fingers on your shoulders and we're going to do some big shoulder rolls, going backwards. Big deep breaths, going backwards, going up and around. Oh, can't click. I don't know about you, but up. Let's do one more pillar. And up and around. And now individual. 1, 2. Maria, this probably feels nice for your shoulders, no? So now you've got your feet slightly outside and show you to the side. You're going to round over like a rag doll, scooping in those abdominal muscles, coming up, opening up your chest. 3 more times, rounding over, rag doll, slight bend in your knees, protect your back, coming up, open. The point of this is a nice spinal mobility and also opening up the chest. So breathing in, open wide. Let's have one more, going down, ragdoll, come up, open the arms, individual shoulders again, 1, 2, sexy shoulders, probably sexy shoulders. Now we're going to go to wrists. So let's come closer. So you've got your fingers interlaced, you've got one hand going around the other. I told you this before, I've got 2 screens and I haven't quite worked out which. I know I should be looking at this one, but I keep looking over there. So sorry if I'm looking like I'm looking into the distance, gazing into the distance. I'm not, I'm looking at you. Stretch it out and then come back to going the other way. So important that we mobilize these joints and activate our muscles before the workout. Stretching out. Now we go to dynamic stretches. I want you to have your feet a little bit further away from outside your shoulders. We're going to go down, but you can touch your toes. Fabulous. If you can't, if you need to bend your knees, bend your knees. Sit down, draw the shoulder blades back, coming up and around. So we're doing that 3 more times. So down. So Mary, you may just sit down till here rather than going all the way down. You do what is right for you. Opening up. 2 more. So down. So maybe it's just a small movement, like a shallow squat. And then the last one, we're going to go down and you're going to sit down into the hips. Yeah, sitting down, sliding across. The other thing that's got really tight, so the feet are wide. If your feet are close together, it's going to be really hard to balance. Like I almost wobble there. Okay, coming up, rolling up, and around. We're now going to go down to our mat mobility. So standing with your feet kind of underneath. We're going to move this. I think you can only see, I think you can see the ground. I don't know. Jennison, is that all right? I can't see you, but I think, can you see my feet? Yeah. Okay, taking a nice deep breath in, breathing out, the chin comes down to the chest, the shoulders round where they like to be, arms are just hanging. Remember, if you need to bend your knees, you bend your knees. Walking out to a high plank position, take the knees wide, push your butt back. You might recognize this one, you yoga people. Opening up the chest, breathing out. So what are we doing here? We're mobilizing the spine. But also, we're finding and activating those abdominal muscles. Think about closing your ribs as you draw back. We're going to do that twice more. Breathing in, because today is really quite core heavy, so I really want to activate core muscles. Let's do one more, coming forwards. And close the ribs and draw yourself back. Okay, come into a box position. Your hands are underneath your shoulders. Hands underneath your shoulders, knees underneath your hips. Okay, so we're breathing out, we're separating. So I'm a cat, I think. I'm a cow. I always get this the wrong way around, but dropping the chest down, drawing the belly button up towards the sky, separating the shoulder blades. Press down, breathing in, opening up the chest, breathing out. I love this move for mobilizing the spine activating the core muscles, dropping the chest down. One more, coming up and down. Step back into a high plank. Push back into it, down dog, and knee slightly bent. Press your hips away from your hands, so good stretch through your back. Coming forwards into a high plank. Now, Mary, I'd like you to put your left knee down. Everybody else, bring your right foot forward. So, Mary, your left knee is down, yeah? And I want you to take the elbow down and reaching up. Otherwise, you're going, back leg is straight, and you're reaching, squeezing those back muscles. So reaching up and squeeze. We're gonna have one more, down and reaching up. Put your back, everybody put your back knee down now. Your right arm goes up if your left leg is back. And we're gonna press forwards and push back. Pressing forward. So we're opening up the chest. Feel that in your hips, especially on the left side. Opening up and push back. One more, open and push back. Bring the hands back down. Step back into a high plank. Mary, put your right knee down. Bring the left leg forwards. Straighten the left leg up. Elbow goes down. Reaching up. Down and reach. So two more. Down. Really, that's it. Keeping that body weight forwards. Down and reach. Back knee goes down for everybody. Opening up the chest. Did I have the right arm up before? I think I might have done. Should it be the opposite side? Sorry if I did. Down and up. So breathing in, going forwards, lengthen, lengthen, lengthen. Let's have one more and around. Okay, placing the hands down. Step back into that high plank. Walk your hands back, bending the knees slightly, curling up. Roll the shoulders. Okay, we're almost done for our mobility warm-up. Feet together, knees together. Let's do some circles with the knees. So 4 and 5, keeping the length in the waist. Never not to collapse. Change direction. And around, forwards and backwards. Clunk, click. Right, feet underneath the hip bones. And now we're going to squeeze up onto the calves. If you need to, you need a table or a chair to support yourself. The point of this is to activate those calves and a little bit of ankle mobility. Going up and down, up. There are no squats and there are no press-ups today. Yay! But there are burpees. Okay, last thing we're going to do is some hip mobility. So I want you to step forwards, bring your knee in. Step forwards, bring the knee in. Keeping the length in your waist. Try and control. Woo, look at those children. That's it. Step forwards. That's it. Try not to kick a child. Well done, Christy. Done. Amazing. Okay, now take the knee. Let's take the knees out. Step forwards. Taking the knee out. Step forwards. Bit of time, bit of mommy time. Maybe not. You're doing brilliantly. Opening up. Let's do one more either side. Lengthen the waist and around. One more. Lengthen the waist and around. Shake it out a little bit. 20 high knees. So shoulders away. So stepping up. 1, 2, 3, 4. So if need be, you take your hands down. If you can, get the hands to the knees right up. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Shake it all out. Shake it all out. Right, we're going to run through the exercises. And I'm going to give modifications. First one is a hill climber. We're doing each exercise 4 times. Everybody listen, there are 2 rounds, okay? So don't suddenly at the end of the first round go, yay, I'm done. You're not done. There are two rounds. Hill climber. Think about drawing your shoulder blades in a little bit and down. So we're activating those back muscles. Fingertips wide. Step into a high plank. And option 1, sprinting on the spot. Sierra, I want you sprinting. Okay? Or stepping here. Or Mary, if you've got a kitchen counter or the sofa, yeah, on a angle, and you could be bringing the knees in like this. Knees in, but making sure you don't leave your butt behind, yeah? Have the shoulders over your hands, bringing the knee in. So you're either running or you're stepping or you're on an incline. Second exercise, one of my favorites, Russian twist. Sit on your butt, open up your chest, shoulders away from the ears. It's way too hot to wear them as earmuffs. Now, I want you to, we're not, everybody, doing this. You're not in a 45-degree angle. I want you to think about bringing your hip bone towards your rib cage, and we are actually rounding into a C6 shape. Okay, option 1, feet up, side to side. Option 2, yeah, side to side. Option 3, Mary, you can just be holding in this position. Okay, so everybody has a go. So either your feet are up, look, my head, I'm not going like that. Yeah, head is still. Head is still. Poor Christy. So Mary, if need be, you're just, yeah, just holding in that position. Yeah, 20 seconds holding in that rounded position. Okay, third exercise. It's all very, very core based today. Is a plank step out, but we're going to do it on our elbows, save our wrists. So you're in option 1. I'll show you option 1, can be high, stepping out and floating, step out. Now look, imagine I'm on the ground, okay? So you're seeing me from underneath. I am stepping out, but my hips, I'm not rotating, abducting the hip out, abducting, using your glutes. Option 2, on your elbows, stepping out here, making sure your butt's not up in the air. Mary, what I'd like you to do is a modified elbow plank, tucking your butt underneath, looking at your hands and squeezing everything. Now for the fourth one, hot sweaty one. Option 1. Sierra, Maria, Catalina, I don't know. So watch out for your kitten. Standing up, down, back, in. Yes, it's burpees in your living room. That's one option. Come on, everybody, you need to do a couple, otherwise you're not going to get warmed up. Okay? So you're jumping, so option 1, jump, back. Option 2, down, step back, step in. Option 3, march in place. Whatever it is, that final, that fourth exercise needs to get your heart rate up. You choose what's right for you today. Are you ready? Is everybody ready? Let's go! First one is the hill climber. So it's the high plank running on the ground or stepping, or you're on an incline and stepping up. Right, okay. Oops. Okay, right, 1 second. It's coming, it's coming, come on, keep your feet moving while I'm faffing about with the music. Come on. Why is it not? Sorry. Just keep your feet moving. My music is just being, it's coming, it's coming. Live videos, eh? Whoops. Okay. 4. Okay, are we ready? So everybody is on workout.
Round 1. Your first exercise is hill climber. The session will begin in
Get down.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Go! So, neck in line with your spine. You're on an incline. Yeah, bringing the knee up. Squeezing the knee up. That's it. On an incline, squeezing.
3, 2, 1.
Stop. Sit back. We're doing that 3 more times.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Go! Or step it. Shoulders over your hands, please, everybody. Fingers wide. Let's go. Head still. You don't need to see me, you can just hear me.
2, 1.
Stop. Sit back. I mean, you can look at me. It's nice to be looked at, but let's get ready. Draw the shoulder blades back and down.
2, 1.
Go. Right, I'm going to see what you're doing. Running on the spot. Shoulders over the hands. Stepping or running. So, Christy, I want your shoulders to touch more forwards if you can. Nice, Jennison. Place your feet down lightly. Place your feet. Good, Mary. Well done. Faster, Maria. Stop. One more time, then we go to the Russian twist. And you're going to step your toes. Where are those shoulders? Draw them in and down. Go. 4 stepping. 4. On an incline. Place the feet down lightly. Don't drop the feet. Squeezing up. Lengthen your spine. Squeeze.
4, 3, 2, 1. Exercise with Russian twist.
On your butts. Everybody, tuck your butts. Rounding your back where it likes to be.
1.
Side to side. My head is not moving. Option 1, taking the feet off. Really narrowing the waist. Option 2, feet down. Mary, or Jennison, you can be just holding or smaller movements. Yeah?
4, 3, 2, 1.
Put your feet together, come forwards, just briefly, we only have 10 seconds. Let's go back again.
4,
Tucking out the butt.
2, 1.
Go. Breathing out. Where it's clear muscles. Think about narrowing your waist, drawing them in and up, shoulders away. Good. Everyone relax your jaw. Everybody smile. Honestly, you work the muscle forward, you smile. I promise.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Stop. Come forwards, just bend forward a little bit. 2 more of those.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Tuck your butt so they're rounding. Keeping back, keeping those abdominal muscles under tension the whole time. Feet up or feet down or just a smaller movement. Really narrowing your waist, breathing out. Come on, everybody, do it really. Breathe out.
3, 2, 1.
Stop, come forward. Just relax that lower back with the wrist, or not wrist, yeah, hip a bit of a stretch.
4,
Let's go back. Last time.
2, 1.
Tuck your butt. That's it. So, Christy, if you can, ideally turn your whole body so you don't have to look to the side, so you can look at me. Otherwise, you're looking to the side, you can get tension in your neck. So if you have space to look straight on, that would be better.
2, 1.
Stop.
The next exercise is plank step out.
Option 1, high plank, stepping out. Option 2, on your elbows.
1.
Option 3, modified plank. Now, if you're stepping out, think about abducting with the hip, with your glutes. Keep it slow, ever so slowly. Imagine you're touching down on the top folds. We're touching down on the top folds. 1, 2, 4. Stop. Sorry, I talked over that one then. If you're on your elbows, small movement.
3, 2, 1.
Tuck your butt. Please, everyone have the butts in the air. Let's tuck that tailbone under. Think about elbow floor. Narrow your waist. We're touching out on the top fold. So modification. Elbow plank on the knees. Squeezing those abdominal muscles. Focusing on breathing out.
2, 1.
Rest. Oh yes. 2 more of those. Then we get a bit hotter and sweatier.
4, 3.
I'm going to go high plank.
1.
Out. Step. So I'm not twisting my body. My waist is long and still. It's my legs and my glutes. Body weight is forward. Breathing out. Head still. Go.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Knees down. Oh, we have 1 more. Well, that was it. 1 more. Then we go to burpees. Either jumping, stepping, or
3, 2, 1.
so elbows or a high plank. Stepping out. Really squeezing your glutes and your abdominal muscles. Squeeze. Squeezing. Breathing out. That's it. Almost there.
3, 2, 1.
Up again.
Next exercise is burpees.
Hey, then we've almost done round 1. There are only 2 rounds.
4,
Oops.
3, 2, 1.
So, jumping, or stepping, 4, or you can even step side to side. Yeah? Whatever feels right for you. Come on, 20 seconds, we want 10 burpees. So Mary, stepping side to side. So ladies, we're doing jump back burpees. We're looking for 10 burpees.
3, 2, 1.
Go. Jumping up. Let's go, let's go. 10 burpees, that's what we're looking for. If you're stepping back, you like 7. Nice, Mary, that's it. Like the arms over the head, that makes it a bit harder. You're doing brilliantly. Sierra, let's go, go, go. Well done, Christy. Nice, Catalina. Stop. 2 more, then we have a little bit of a rest. I think it's a minute's rest. Keep the feet moving.
4, 3, 2, 1.
So, if you're stepping back, make sure you step back into that high plank with the hips don't drop or leave your butt behind. Step in, hands overhead, down, step back, in, up, go. That's it. In.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Stop. One more time. Shake it out. One more time, and we have a little bit of rest.
3, 2, 1.
So I'm going with Mary. So Mary, let's do this. Go on. Marching, marching. Clasping arms. Go on, Sierra. That's it. Shoot that leg back like Maria. That's it, Catalina. A little bit faster if you can. Good, Christy. Nice, Jensen.
2, 1. End of round 1. You now have 1 minute's rest.
I love the fact Christy finishes the whole round. That is brilliant. Everybody, you have 1 minute. I think it's time for a little bit of water. Not too much though. That's it. Keep your feet moving. So we repeat that round. Remember, it's the hill climber. Liking that dark green, Maria. You're going to be moving. Let's get down so we're ready. So we don't miss out in any seconds. Shoulder blades drawn in and down. So we're activating the back muscle. Think about taking your butt under a little bit, drawing the abdominal muscle in.
Round 2. The next exercise is hill climber.
Hill climber. Let's get ready.
3, 2, 1.
Running, running, running. 4 stepping. 4. Bring that back long and strong, squeezing up. As you're touching down onto hot cold, if you're doing standing up, don't drop the feet. Let's keep those muscles of tension for long.
2, 1.
Nice. 3 more to go. This is everyone's favorite exercise, I know that.
3, 2, 1.
Go, running. So you're running or you're stepping. But what's so important, everybody, that your shoulders are over your hands. So Christy, I want your shoulders more forward a little bit, please. Let's protect that shoulder health. Go on, Maria. Drop your chin a little bit, Maria, okay?
3,
Neck in line with the spine.
1.
Watch out for your chin, Maria. I can just see it. 2 more. Hey, we didn't promise it was going to be easy, did we?
3, 2, 1.
Let's go. Running, running, running. Keeping the leg in your spine. 4. Stepping. Body weight forward, please. Head still unless you have to glance up, but then take your head back, looking down, be on your fingertip. Go. 2,
3, 2, 1.
One more time, I think. Shake the wrists out. I would say the wrists are a little bit of a design fault.
4, 3,
Last time.
2, 1.
So, if you're on the wall, yeah, 3. Making sure the knees are going to come in line with the hips. Don't pitch them in or take them out. Knees in line with the hips. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Better with the shoulders, Christy. Good, 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 good.
1. The next exercise is Russian sweat.
Let's sit on our butts and give our shoulders and our wrists a little bit of a break.
4, 3,
Tuck your butt.
1.
Go. You know what? If you want to add some jazz hands, kind of fun. My kind of fun. But remember, we're adding jazz hands. Our back is staying back. We're not coming forwards. We're staying back. Chance. Up to you, that's optional. Side, side, side.
2, 1.
Stop. Feet together, then forwards. I talked over that one, sorry.
4, 3,
Yeah, let's go.
2,
Tuck the tail.
1.
Go. So feet are up. Squeeze it. Squeeze. Intensity. Yeah. High intensity interval training is what we're doing. It's meant to feel intense.
3, 2, 1.
One forward. It's a nice hip stretch later, I bet. I'm liking that, seeing that towel action, Maria. That's good.
3, 2, 1.
Go. Squeeze. Love it, Jenison. Let me see some jab hands. Woo! Good. Woo! Because just holding in this position, we're working our abdominals. This is a bit of fun.
3, 2, 1.
Stop. One more, I think. Or two. Try we'll do three.
4,
Let's get back.
2.
Chop that tailbone. So Mary, smaller movement. Yeah. Smaller movement. Or just keep holding if you need to. Very lightly. Hold behind your knees. Give yourself a little bit of support. Yeah. Drawing those tummy muscles in and up. Rounding that lower back to protect it.
2, 1. The next exercise is plank step out.
So it's that step out. So you're either on your hands with your wrists are feeling okay, or
2,
on your elbows, stepping out, or coming down to a nice modified plank. So you're tucking your butt underneath. Your elbows are underneath your shoulders. You're breathing out. Go.
3, 2, 1.
Later on, I want to tell you all which is your favorite exercise. Favorite, not least favorite.
4,
Favorite.
3.
Let's go again.
2, 1.
So imagine I'm on the ground. You see, stepping out, float the leg out. Float the leg out. I'm on my elbows. I'm floating my leg out, activating my glutes, abduct my hip.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Stop. Go. How we doing?
3, 2, 1.
So elbows, step, 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 step. Breathing out, making sure your head is in line with your spine. Nice, very nice. Right there, good.
2, 1.
One more, I think. Let me come see you. Have your shoulders are okay, Maria?
4, 3, 2.
So
1.
elbows underneath, stepping out. Let's go. Sorry, I talked over that one. Modification, holding, and then knees down, elbow plank, breathing out. Head super still.
3, 2, 1. The next exercise is burpees.
Everybody, it's your final exercise. 4 times through. Burpees.
2, 1.
Go. Let's go for it. Go for it. So, if you be, step side to side, or marching. I like that very well. Yeah, good.
2, 1.
Stop. I will get better at telling you to stop, sorry.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Go! Come on, Sharon, let's practice out there. That's it, very nice. Remember, stepping back, did that feel better than you stayed? Making sure the hips don't drop, but you don't need your butt behind. Or march like this, that's it, nice Mary, good Mary. 2 more, then we're done.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Go. So remember, stepping back to that full plank. In. Hands over. down. If you can remember to alternate between which leg that goes back, if you're stepping back, that would be great. Come on, Christy, nice. Good.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Stop. I've got a feeling this could be the final exercise. Oh, yes.
4,
20 seconds.
2, 1.
Go. So, Mary, come on, Mary, let's march it out. That's it. Do the burpees in the living room. We're jumping back. Maria, stand all the way up. Let's half burpees. Come on, Sarah. Go, Christy. Come on, Catalina. Come on, Mary, let's go. That's it.
4, 3, 2, 1. And now completed the
Yeah! Yes! Now, it's very tempting to do this. Don't do that. Think about having your hands on your hips, or you can even have your hands on your head, but your arms might be tired, so it might be like the last thing I feel like doing. Have your hands on your hips. And let's just, before we go into Genesis, take us a few deep breaths. Try and regulate the breath just a little bit before we move to the ground. So deep breath in, and a long breath out. Relaxing the jaws, relaxing the shoulders. Ladies, you were awesome. Awesome. Okay. That's enough of me. I will hand you over for some lovely yin. Okay. I'll unmute myself because you don't want to hear me moaning and groaning when I try and stretch.
Thank you, Catherine. Okay, we're going to come down onto the mat in a comfortable seat. Remain upright and continue to take some deep breaths. How's everyone doing? Feeling good? Good. Taking a deep breath in through the nose. Open the mouth, exhale. Inhale for 1, 2, 3. Exhale 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Once more. Inhale 1, 2, 3. Exhale 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That's a nice twist to the body. So take an inhale, bringing the arms up overhead, lengthening. Then exhale, twisting towards the right. So bring the right hand behind the back, left hand to the outside of the right leg. So we'll remain long on the inhale, and then exhale, add a little bit of depth on the twist. So you can twist as deep as you want. You can really draw the belly button in and twist. You can use that left hand and the arm to twist you deeper, or take just a nice, gentle stretch. Thinking about keeping the spine long, the shoulders relaxed, and coming back to the breath. Imagine the lungs expanding on each inhale, and completely emptying the lungs on each exhale. Your next inhale, bringing the arms up overhead. Then exhale, twisting to the left. This time bringing the left hand behind the back. That's going to help to keep the spine long, shoulder down. The right hand is on the outside of the left leg. The right shoulder's relaxed. Starting gently, and then with each breath, you can move a little bit deeper, but don't push yourself now. We're going to start to ease into the body and ease into stillness. Coming back to center. We'll come into a seated butterfly forward fold. So the idea, there's going to be a few variations, is to have the feet together, the knees butterfly out open. You can bring some pillows underneath the knees. So Mom, I don't know if you have your assistant there with you or not. If so, maybe grabbing some of those white pillows or blocks, good Catherine, and place them right underneath the knees. That will help to keep the knees from kind of shaking, especially now that you've been doing a lot with the legs. You might also like to have a pillow underneath the chest or the head. You can also just use your elbows if your body will allow you to. So wherever you are, make sure that the knees are nice and comfortable and you can stay seated upright and focus on this opening of the lower extremities of the legs. You can have the heels in close like that, Chris and Katharina. If you want, you can bring the feet out further so it's a bit more restorative as you fold forward. So taking an inhale, and then exhale, start to melt forward. So the further away the feet are, the lower you'll be able to surrender down. And again, if you want, you can place some pillows or something underneath. You can also use the elbows on the ground or on a pillow, and then place the chin inside of the hands, and that will release some of the tension on the head and the neck. Or if it feels nice, just relaxing the head and the neck down. We'll be here for a few minutes, so take your time to really relax into this posture. You'll notice after every 30 seconds or a minute, the body itself will relax for you, slowly lowering down and finding some depth. So sitting upright is fine. Mom, just scoot back a little bit so that your lower back is against the ottoman, nice and supported. And then folding forward, even just by relaxing the head down. Once you've adjusted, finding stillness and comfort wherever you are. Closing the eyes, focusing on the breath now. 3 seconds in, 6 counts out. Taking 5 more deep breaths. Allowing yourself to feel exactly as you feel, letting go of any judgment or need to control. Finding a place of stillness and surrender for the last couple of breaths here. Very gently pressing up. And bend the knees, placing the soles of the feet down onto the earth. Then gently rock the knees side to side, just getting a little bit of movement in the hips. Then we'll come to a seated forward fold. So if you're using something to support the back, you might like to sit up on a block or a pillow. So Catherine, I don't know what you would prefer. So you can either focus on finding length in the spine, so making sure that we're sitting up tall, and then the legs can kind of go down at an angle, and that will help to support the back. And Mom, if you want to do that too, making sure that the back is nice and straight. And maybe for some of you that feels good for the weight of the legs to kind of start to relax and melt towards the earth. If you can have the hips on the ground and the spine straight, you can focus on that, just allowing the legs to straighten as you sit. If you feel comfortable, you can fold forward over the legs. The spine can be rounded as much as you want. Don't worry about keeping a long spine and reaching for the toes. That's not what it's about. We want to focus on the release in the backs of the legs and the release in the lower back. You can even bring some pillows underneath the knees to bend the knees, or something under the belly, if you'd like. If you can keep the legs nice and straight and fold all the way forward, great. But just knowing that even sitting upright and allowing the legs to straighten is enough. You should feel sensation there, or slowly start to melt forward. Taking another 10 seconds or so to adjust your body, finding the best place, position for your body as well as your props. And then start to soften the eyes, closing them if that feels comfortable. And then focusing in just on the breath and the sensations in the body. Where do you feel tingling, vibration, shift in temperature? The mind begins to wander, bringing it back to the breath, back to the body. And 5 more breaths. Slowly rolling up, nice and gentle. Bring the hands behind the back again, bending the knees. Taking a moment to observe the body, observing any sensations in the body, any thoughts that might be coming up. If it feels nice, you can drop the knees side to side again. We'll come down onto the back. So take your time to slowly lower onto the back with the knees into the chest. We'll come into a supine pigeon. So we'll place both feet down on the earth. We'll cross the right ankle on top of the left thigh. So you can stay here if this is enough sensation for you. And just focus on opening that right hip. If you'd like to add on, reaching back from behind the left leg and drawing the thigh or the shin in towards the chest. Relax the shoulders wherever you are, relaxing the muscles of the face. Start to deepen the breath. The gaze can be up towards the ceiling, or you can close the eyes if that feels nice. There's no need to push to any edge here, rather allowing your body to feel the sensations, and with time, release. It takes our muscles about 2 minutes to finally relax. And then allow this to move into the connective tissue and the fascia system, or restore stagnant energy, emotional and physical trauma. Seeing if you can melt a little bit deeper, scan the body, and notice where you're holding some resistance, maybe in the shoulders or the hips. Be intentional and send the breath exactly there. Taking 3 more deep breaths. Very slowly relax the left foot down onto the earth if it's not already there. And then drop both knees into the chest and hold them there in stillness for a moment before you do any rocking. You can have just the hands on the knees or wrap them in closer. And observe the body, see if you can detect any differences between the right side, the left side, any tingling or vibration. And we'll bring both feet back down onto the earth. This time crossing the left ankle on top of the right thigh. And again, you can relax the arms down by the sides here if you'd like, as you just slowly relax the right knee open. If you'd like to go deeper, you can reach back behind the right leg, drawing the right thigh in towards the chest, or grab on top of the right shin if you want to go even deeper. And then just be mindful, really shrug up the shoulders by the ears and then relax them down the back. See if you can glue both shoulder blades onto the earth, keeping the heart exposed and open. Relax the muscles of the face, maybe even squint the eyes or move the jaw a little bit and allow it to relax. Notice the fingers, if you're in a little bind, are they grasping and pulling, or can you release a little bit there? Notice the length of the spine on the earth. And draw your awareness to the outer hip on the left side. Start to send your breath there, creating a little bit more space, allowing the energy to flow a little bit more freely. Observing the body, observing the breath. 5 more breaths. 3 counts in, 6 counts out, keeping our body in our nervous system in the parasympathetic state, rest and digest. And gently placing the right foot down if it's not already there. Taking your time to relax the left leg and bring both knees back into the chest. We store a lot of stagnant energy in the outer hips, the outer legs, especially anything frustration, irritability. So if anything like that is coming up for you, just breathing into it, allowing it to leave the body. We'll come into a supine twist. So a few options here again. So we'll relax the left leg down, hug the right knee in towards the chest. We'll take the left hand and cross the right knee across the body. If that doesn't work, it's a bit easier to have both knees together and drop them at the same time down towards the left. You can place your left hand on top of that right thigh if it reaches. And we all want to make sure that our right arm is extended out to the right or cactus open at the elbow. We want to keep the chest nice and open here. So we're creating a lot of space in the heart and the lungs, as well as opening through the hips and the lower back. You can have your gaze straight up towards the sky or towards the right. Just be curious in your body here and observe, where do you feel the most sensation? Do you feel it in the lower extremities or in the chest, in the shoulder, maybe even in that right hand? Be curious as you observe and be mindful of the breath. Taking 5 more deep breaths. Gently coming back to center, bringing both knees into the chest. Be really careful. It might help to kind of straighten the legs first. Be mindful as you come back to neutral and bring both knees into the chest. Excuse me. Maybe rocking side to side or observing again differences in the body. What you feel on the right side, the left side. Then gently relaxing the right leg down onto the earth, keeping the left knee into the chest. Relax that left arm down onto the earth and use the right hand to guide the knee across the body. Or you can have both knees together and simply drop them both down towards the right. Mom, I can't see you very well, but just give me a thumbs up if you think that that's working for you. Variation. Catherine looks good. Good. So you just have the knees dropped, and slowly they'll start to add depth. And then that left arm, make sure is open towards the left. You can have the gaze straight up or towards the left. Just breathing into the hips, the lower back, and especially the chest and the heart. Taking 5 more deep breaths. See if you can stay here in stillness. Maybe a little bit deeper. Bring the knees into the chest. Being very slow and very gentle. Don't rush it. Just doing whatever you need to realign the spine and then draw the knees back in. Taking a few moments again to observe the body and sensations. And we'll come into a dead bug's pose. We're going to open the knees out wide, grab for behind the thighs. And the soles of the feet are up towards the sky. Lucky you're all my best friends and family. Hands behind the thighs, opening wide, and relax the shoulders down. You can keep the hands here. I think it's a really nice placement because it keeps the tailbone down and the shoulders down. If you can keep the tailbone down and the shoulders down and reach up for the ankles, you could try that. Or anywhere on the feet, the arches or the toes. We just want to keep the hips wide and the tailbone drawn down. What does garlic do when it gets too hot? It removes its clothes. That's my new favorite joke. Thanks, Mom, for sending it in. If you like it, put a smile on your face. Rock side to side. It's getting hot here. Take off all your clothes. Giving the lower back a nice massage, a nice opening for the hips before you come into your much deserved Shavasana. Bring the knees into the chest, wrap the forearms around the shins. Exhale all the air out. Take a deep breath as you draw the forehead up to the knees or curl yourself into a tiny ball. Squeeze the toes, squeeze the fingers, squeeze the muscles of the face. And release to your final Shavasana. Allow the legs to fall open and wide to the side. Relax the arms down by the sides. Maybe cuddle the shoulders together a little bit under the back to elevate the heart. If you want, you can place a pillow or pillows under the knees if you're noticing any tension in the lower back. Or you can bend the knees with the feet wide and then draw the knees together. Taking a moment. So take one or two more deep breaths. Allowing the body to completely release and let go. Allowing the breath to return to its natural state. Letting go of any attention you've had over the breath, any control you've had over your body. Allowing the feet and the legs to surrender. Relaxing the hips and the belly, shoulders and the arms. Noticing the weight of the head on the earth and the entire length of your spine. You've arrived here, so now give yourself the gift of this moment. Closing the eyes, allowing the body to completely relax. Shavasana. Gently begin to deepen the breath, noticing the breath in the belly as the belly rises and falls. And placing one hand on the belly, one hand on the chest. Deepening the breath into the palms. Wiggling the toes, rolling the ankles. Rocking the head side to sides. Extending the arms overhead, a full body stretch, lengthening from the fingertips down to the toes. Taking your time to roll over onto one side, to supported fetal position, using one arm as a pillow and the other palm to ground you into the earth. Coming here to the space that represents rebirth and new beginnings. Always an opportunity to enter into the rest of our day with new perspective and new intention. When you're ready, gently pressing yourself up to a comfortable seat at the top of your mat. We'll bring our hands together at heart center, just taking this moment to sit in a space of gratitude. First, gratitude to yourself for showing up for yourself today, mind, body, and spirit. Gratitude to our health, the health of our friends and family. Gratitude for our homes, a place where we can safely practice yoga and sweat it out with Kat. And gratitude to one another, to all the beautiful women who practice beside us today. Thank you so much, ladies. The divine light in me honors and reflects the divine light in each and every one of you. Namaste. Thank you so much.